Okay, guys, we are live. We are live on YouTube. We're live on TikTok. I'm about to go live on Facebook. So I haven't been. Oh, hold on. I gotta put my Bluetooth on. What's up, everyone? What's up, Emo K?
Connected.
Yep. Inside. What's up, deleted account? What's up, Nash? What's up, Georgie? Okay. What's up, Source God? What's up, Jay? I ain't gonna lie. I haven't been live in like, what is it, 3 days? 3 days I haven't been live. But we're here now. Muwata, Alex S, Vicstar. What's everyone saying? Let me just move this more so it's like, yeah, that's better, innit? What's up, Roman? What's up, Laws? Big love, big love. Appreciate the gift. Laws, I know you got money on here because you be gifting people a lot on TikTok. I know you got money. I appreciate it. You're richer than me. What's up, Lawrence Orgy? What's up, British Patriot? Alright, we're going live on Facebook now. So we're live, all platforms. What's up, Lumia? What's up, Dilly Dally Panic? Guys, we just started the live, so that's why people are just filling in right now. What's up, Beth? What's up, Krista? What's up, Roro? Roro, what are you confused about? What's up, Wes? What's everyone saying? Tariq. Hi, sir. I like that. Krista says, let me school you. Alright, I hope this ain't a troll account, Krista. I guarantee you guys this is going to be like a troll. Let's see what Krista's saying. What's up, Beth?
So you do realize that Lucy Letby is racist?
I knew this was going to be a troll. How can, do you know what? How can you have the LGB flag and then the Palestine flag? It's like, there's people like that, but when you see stuff like that, you know that people are trying to trigger and troll people. What's up, Eva? Beth says she loves my lives. I appreciate that, Beth. Jojo says, I can believe that about the NHS. They also cover their own tracks. They made my son disabled. Psh, madness. I'm sorry to hear that, Jojo. But it's sad to say that that's not the first time I've heard that. Someone say that that's what they done to their family members. What's up, Professor? What's up, Nicola? What's up, Evo? So I call these like Lucy Letby lives, but really they're just in general about like medical tyranny, I suppose. What's up, Demon Dynasty? What's up, the Inner Sanctuary? Roro thinks the NHS is corrupt, but Lucy did it. I don't think she did that, bro. I mean, why are you believing them if you think that they're capable of doing it? Benny P. Free Lucy Letby, even if she guilty, she a baddie. Yeah. Billy Payne says, who done it then? Who done what? Tell me. Tell me what you think was done. Because I ain't never seen any... Have you guys ever been on like a hospital ward or a neonatal ward? Like, do you know how hard it would be to do anything without someone seeing you? That's how you know that the whole thing is just scary, because it's like no one's even thinking about the basic stuff of like, how can you do something? Well, wait, deep this, yeah. When you're on a hospital ward, yeah, you can't even come and go as you please. So it's like you're actually trapped in the place. Like you can't come in or come out without someone seeing you come or go, right? So like there's even this case recently. In fact, let me pull this up. There's a case where this guy, he recently got convicted of unaliving his baby on a neonatal ward. Yeah. And I'm like, so they're saying like, oh, he smashed the baby on the floor. Look, see, dad given life for unaliving son in hospital. Bruv, this guy, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. So think about it, yeah. They're saying Brendan suffered catastrophic injuries, included a fractured skull, broken neck, broken jaw, and broken legs in Yeovil District Hospital Special Care Baby Unit. So they're saying that he was responsible for this, but nobody saw him do it. Now, I'm not saying this guy is not guilty, but I'm saying it's suspicious. Does anyone know this case that I'm talking about? Daniel Gunter. So it says the nurses observed Gunter shouting at Brendan and showing no patience with him and being really rough with him. So this statement's misleading because they're talking about that they observed this before. Do you get it? They're saying like, oh, we didn't see what happened to him when the baby passed away, but they're saying they saw this before. Yeah. But the strange thing is like they say stuff like this about parents, especially dads, all the time. They said stuff like this about me that was lies. So I'm like, where is the evidence of the M? That's what's confused me. Now, again, I haven't sat there in the jury and seen the case. This one's not like the Letby case where I've looked into it in detail. Do you get it? But how can you unalive a newborn on a neonatal ward and nobody see? And then the way that they're saying he did it, they're saying that he smashed the baby on the floor, yeah? This is what they're saying. So where's the blood? Where's the DNA? Do you know what I mean? Like, this don't make no sense. This case does not make any sense. In his final hours, Miss Stadden told nurses she woke up to find Brendan cold, and as doctors tried to resuscitate him, she and Gunter went outside for air and smoke. So basically, there's a resuscitation going on. They went outside for air, which is not uncommon, by the way, because when the thing that happened to my daughter happened, I was there and they was trying to get us to go out the room. Do you get it? So they're basically like on the ward when things happen. They don't even want the parents there because they're trying to do a resuscitation. So they'll actually tell you like, go. Do you get it? So they're saying like, because he went out of the room for air and they observed him on another day being not patient. Yeah. And then they're saying that they discovered him cold and immediately saw he had catastrophic injuries. Okay. Dr. Davis Sweet concluded he must have suffered his injuries at least 25 to 30 minutes before the couple raised the alarm. How did they come to that conclusion? 25 to 35 minutes before. But how would the couple... So the couple raised the alarm. The couple said something happened. Do you get it? So how would they know... I mean, I would like to see how they figured this out. 25 to 30. And then how would... If the couple did it, why would they raise the alarm? So they told... Basically, the couple told them something's wrong. Do you get it? Exactly. Helen says 25 to 35 minutes before the staff noticed. So that means something happened. The staff didn't even notice. And then the parents noticed. So the staff... So whatever's happened, the staff haven't been there for a good 30, 40 minutes. Where, huh? Why are the neonatal staff not on the ward for 40 minutes? They have to do their observations like isn't it every 30 minutes? Like, are you guys actually deep in what I'm saying? You have to do obs, like, don't you? They have to do obs, right? Helen says, funny how they claimed his behavior after the death. Well, I think what it was, because, you see, Helen, I went on the guy's girlfriend's Facebook page, because I was looking a little bit into this one, and then they were saying, like, oh, that the father, just like what Mervyn on YouTube saying, they were saying, like, oh, the father was a scumbag, he used substances. They even said that he used that 50 Cent song that has 4 letters, and 1 letter starts with P and ends with P, rhymes with gimp, that he used to do that to his girlfriend. That's what they're saying. But the thing that I think people struggle with, and this applies to the Letby case as well, people struggle with this a lot, where they struggle to divorce the character of a person or how they feel towards a person with whether they're guilty of M. Do you get it? So they're like, he's bad, like he's bad, he uses drugs, he's this, that, and the third. So then they're like, therefore they're guilty of M. But it's like, this guy could be the worst guy ever. He could be, you know what I'm saying? He could even be a PDF. I'm not, obviously, if he's the PDF, throw him in the bin, because I don't care if he gets falsely convicted, if he's a PDF. I don't care. Do whatever you want to that guy. But the weird thing is like, why do they always focus on weird things that have nothing to do with them? Like, they're like, he was being rough with the baby. So it's like, when he was being rough with the baby before, did you tell him to leave the ward? Okay, no, you didn't. So that means that there was no real significance to you saying he was being impatient and rough, because it was not indicative of him having homicidal intent towards the child. Otherwise, you would have told the father to leave. Do you get it? So there's clearly something strange going on with the Daniel Gunter case. And I'm the first one to say it. Yes, Mervin's, the postmortem says unnatural injuries, but the thing is, Mervin,
All right.
we don't know who caused it. So
Tell
it
me
could
why
be...
you believe Lucy Letby is not guilty.
Hold on one sec.
Okay, chat, we're gonna destroy this guy. Let's go.
Sorry about that, guys.
Okay, so I want to hear your views. Tell me why you believe she's not guilty. Tell me.
All right, cool. So, you know, like, Lucy's been convicted, right? So we're not saying she hasn't been convicted, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the evidence that was used to convict her is not strong enough evidence to convict somebody of M, because there's no evidence of what she did, and in fact they presented evidence of what they think she did, but it's been debunked.
Okay,
Some of it is
don't
interrupt me. They've prevented evidence of some of the things that they think she did, and that evidence has been debunked, right? And then in addition, the jury believed that she was present for all of the baby's collapses. That is also not the case. Okay, so it's an unsafe conviction, and where there's an unsafe conviction, where there's not sufficient evidence of what the person did, yeah, that's a not guilty. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay, but you're saying not sufficient evidence when there's been new evidence claims that have came out through cameras, DNA of her actually doing stuff, and her actually giving shit to the babies and killing the babies. That it's been caught on CCTV.
How old are you?
It's been caught. I'm 16. It's been caught on CCTV.
Are you getting this confused with a different case?
I'm not getting this confused. Okay, explain to me.
Because everything you just said was completely made up.
Okay. Explain to me what's happened by news and what's actually came out to the public. Tell me what you've seen.
I think it would be more appropriate to address the things that you just said. If you
No.
So you just said that there's DNA and CCTV evidence. So, I mean, I'm gonna actually go out on a limb and say that you're making up lies and that you're talking nonsense.
So firstly, I just want to ask you, what did you see from the news companies that they released to the public? What did you see originally before you came out saying she's not guilty?
Why are you not addressing the fact that you just lied?
Because oh my fucking god, I'm asking you, what did you see from the news articles?
We'll get to that, but why did you just lie? That's the question.
Okay. That's my personal opinion. I'm not saying I'm lying.
It's your personal opinion that there's CCTV evidence?
Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
No. Okay, can you just answer me then?
I will answer you once you answer what I'm asking you. That's fair, right?
Okay. There's actually been some CCTV evidence of her on her shift.
You know, it's funny. I remember when I was a kid, I used to really like LBC 97.3, the radio station, and I used to listen to Caroline Faraday and that other dude that was on at late night. I can't remember his name. And once, just because I wanted to be on the radio really badly, I called up and I was like, "Oh, I saw a bear in Epping Forest." This is the most embarrassing moment. I was like, "I saw a bear in Epping Forest," and the guy paused and he's like, "There are no bears in Epping Forest." And then I got scared and I just hung up. But it's just because I wanted the attention of the radio host.
Okay, I don't want attention. I'm actually trying.
I didn't say you wanted attention. I was telling a story.
There was actually CCTV of her on her shift at the time of the baby's death.
Okay. And you said there was DNA, right?
There wasn't CCTV directly on those babies, but I'm telling you there was CCTV of her working in the hospital.
Nobody's disputing that she was working in the hospital. 1, 2, you said there was DNA.
Okay, I think that point was a bit yap right there. But we've disclosed that point. Now can you tell me what makes you believe she's innocent from what you've seen from the news articles.
It's not what I've seen from the news articles that's convincing.
Okay, but you have got all this information witithout the news because you're not no investigator.
I mean,
or police
actually,
officer.
technically, there was one news article, which was the New Yorker article on the Letby case that was it was banned in the UK for a while, and then.
But you're telling me you believe she's innocent when you're just saying you probably watched some stupid documentaries saying she's innocent. Realistically, she's not. There's enough evidence to convict her.
Is that why you just had to make up evidence?
I'm not making up evidence.
If there was enough evidence to convict her, why did you come and make up evidence instead of saying
every news article has confirmed that she's guilty. Okay, and you saying she's not guilty actually makes no sense to me. Like, what are you, like Charlie Kirk or something? What the hell?
The thing is, people sometimes say like, oh, you know, they're 16, they're 17. But when I was 16, I wasn't really dumb like this. So I think that it's bad that we excuse our young people being like really, because I don't even think this guy's trolling. I actually think he's this unintelligent. So this is what I'm saying. I think that, like, guys, we need to hold our young people more accountable.
Okay,
because this is silly.
Okay, listen.
You need to learn how to think.
I have a little stutter problem, but that's fine. I just want to carry on to your point. Okay. And carry on. I'm
gonna drop you down because I don't think you're arguing in good faith.
No, I'm not. I actually want to hear your.
So, guys, as you can see, I'm working on my presentation because people tell me that I crash out. So I'm working on it. I'm working on my online presentation. Please clap for me because I'm doing my best. Melanistic Marble says there's no CCTV units in England due to privacy issues. Is that so? Somebody told me that there is actually CCTVs in some of them, but not in other ones of them. Thanks for the people joining the live. Please feel free to tap the screen and press the share button. When you tap the screen, it gives us likes, which is helpful for anyone that's new to TikTok. You can also press the most important button in the live, which is the follow button. What's up, Diane Rogers? What's up, Sammy? So, yeah, back to what I was talking about. I was previously talking about the Daniel Gunter case. Now, this is not the only case that I've seen, this Daniel Gunter case. There's also the Alfie Lamb case, right? So Alfie Lamb, another parent whose parents, another child whose parents were convicted of harming or unaliving them, subsequent to, so these children always are on neonatal wards. You guys find that strange? That there's not just one. I mean, this one didn't occur on a neonatal ward, but the baby died in hospital subsequently and had previously been on a neonatal ward. So there's this weird, murky, dark underbelly of our society that you got the children that are in care, then you've got the children that are in the care of the NHS, and everything around these children is always very seedy, very strange. Just like my daughter and my son on the neonatal ward, very strange things happening, trying to take children and take them to care with dubious reasons, you know, trying to obscure the true causes of their medical issues. And sometimes these cases result in people actually going to prison, believe it or not. So, because I really do think that most people are not, are naive to the fact that and some of these staff would rather you go to prison than for their career to be affected. Thanks for the new joiners to the live. Guys, remember to tap the screen and share the live. Robert Holmes says, have you read the book on the case? It's very hard to find her innocent. What book are you referring to? Maybe it's a book I should read. What's up, P? What's up, Kaz? What's up, David Witowski? What's up, Apple User 598? Yeah, what book are you referring to? I don't know of any book. I mean, yeah, I don't know of any book that would implicate her as being guilty. That would be a hard read. Is it written by Dewey Evans? Beth says, is there any documentaries on this case you'd recommend? Yes. I prefer the, is it Beyond Reasonable Doubt? I think that one's a better one. I mean, the other one's a docu-series and I've only seen episode 1. You know, it was okay. Kind of was rehashing a lot of the same arguments. and I've seen a clip from episode 2 as well. What's up, Neon? Let's just see what YouTube is doing right now in terms of who's viewing and stuff. How many viewers we got? We got 9 people watching on YouTube. Nice. So I will keep doing the YouTube live streams. Neon says, how's the grind going? The grind is good. I made like, how much did I make today? I think I made like, actually, let me not even say how much I made, because the fair is watching. But I made a decent amount of money today. My business is going well. Yeah. So I made a bit of money, and I haven't been live for 3 days. So that's been irking me, because I'm like, what will they do without me? No, I'm joking. Neon says, sounds good, dude. Do you play games or stick just chatting? Oh, are you on Twitch? Oh, shit. Bro, I forget that I'm live on Twitch as well. So I'm not, so because I'm using a multi-streaming platform, I forget that I'm actually live on other platforms. So I'm live on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. And I'm trying to funnel everybody onto YouTube, because I just think YouTube is the most accessible. We got more people joining. What's up, Easy Boxing? Now I noticed that when I put the live on 18 plus, it's allowed the viewers to remain without being, I guess, without the live being like what do they call it? Deprioritized in the algorithm. Yeah. So stick around, guys. It's a very interesting live. We talk about interesting things on this live, I'd say. Robert Holmes says it's called Unmasking Lucy Letby. Was this written like around the time when she just came out? So let's see. This book is called Unmasking Lucy Letby, Nurse, Friend, ellipses, Killer. And The Guardian has ranked it diligent and absorbing. Okay. Highly commended for Book of the Year at the True Crime Awards. Best New Author at the True Crime Awards. Okay, I never heard of the True Crime Awards. Neon says, cool, bro. How long you streaming on Twitch? Or I think you are also on Kick. Am I on Kick? If I'm on Kick as well, then that's even better, isn't it? I don't think I'm live on Kick. I could go live on Kick. It wouldn't be hard to do that. Robert, I haven't read this book of Unmasking Lucy Letby. Perhaps I should. Chid says, your story always touched my heart. I'm sorry that your experience might be true. Though your experience might be true, Letby is guilty. Well, Letby was found guilty, you know? But I think getting past the fundamental issues in the case is very challenging. Because you can say that you think she's guilty, or you think something suggests or something doesn't suggest that she's guilty. But my main concern is, how can a person be guilty with no, so they're circumstantially present, but then they have no actual reliable method that she supposedly used to unalive them. So how can that person be guilty? That's essentially just a person that's like a witness, basically. At most, not even a witness for most of them, but at most, that's the equivalent of a witness. Someone who was present that could have done something, but you don't know what they did or didn't do. Okay, Mervin says she's read the Unmasking Lucy Letby. So Mervin, do you know anything in this book that could potentially be something that we haven't heard before in the live, or what were the main arguments that the book's making? Or because if it's a true crime, I imagine there's some kind of creative license to it, Neon says, that's great. Where are you from? I look like an American. Okay, I'm from the UK. I need to just look at my Twitch stream, because apparently people are watching me on Twitch, which is fun. I think I have a little bit of American swag, like just a little bit. Because sometimes people say like, oh, I sound American. And I'm like, I don't sound American. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really don't. I sound really British. Like almost a little bit posh sometimes. So I don't know what it is that makes people think I'm American. But I get that a lot. Like I'm talking about, I'd say every I say every like week, someone will be like, "Oh, you're American, right?" I'm like, "No." Neon says UK is a great country. I mean, yeah, UK is generally a good country to live in. Did you guys hear what happened in Nigeria where they like, I don't even know if I want to say the word. You know, like when somebody gets like they like literally they did that to some Christians in I think it was Nigeria. Yeah, no, Mozambique. So like when you look at the crime rates for some places, you got to understand, guys. Some of these places they don't even document crime. So yes, we are blessed to be in the UK because it's a relatively stable society. I mean, it's got a lot of issues. I don't see myself living here long term, but there's a lot of good things about the UK, especially if you do business. It's a good place to do business, but obviously not as good as America for business. But you can do good business in the UK, and I like the fact that most people are educated to a level that at least you can have a discussion with them. Some of these countries, like, you walk up to someone and if they've got an issue with you, you can't even reason with them. They'll just say, "Give me or we shoot." Here, someone tries to rob you, you're going to be able to reason. Hold on, mate. Just hear me out a second. He said, stream, what's my hobbies? My hobbies are going live, entrepreneurship, spending time with my kids. I mean, I'm old now. I used to do boxing, rugby, crypto, gym. I used to do a lot of shit. Oh, and I like traveling as well. I travel a lot. Thanks, Justine. Appreciate it. Mervin says, especially when she talks about how Evans explained how the cases got filtered and passed to the CPS. Yes. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm even being watched on Twitch because I can't see my... Oh, okay. I think I see myself. Wow, okay. This is pretty cool. So someone's watching me on Twitch. Okay, I'm live on Twitch. I see that. I see that now. I look like a teen and I've got kids. I get that a lot too. MJ says, what is the actual debate here? Well, the debate is about the Letby case. Parker says, I'm American, what's going on here? We're just shooting the shit. I mean, I'll probably do... Shall I do that? I'll probably do the America Live after this. Justina says double tap. Exactly, double tap the damn screen, guys. She wasn't anywhere near the other babies that died unexplained. Exactly. So, where are the debaters? Because I think we kind of won in terms of public opinion now. Because you just don't really see many people who think she's guilty. Neil says, I just noticed that your profile looks pretty basic in a non-disrespectful way. That's my Twitch profile because I don't use Twitch. So maybe you could help me figure out how to use it. I just put the multi-stream on. You get me? I just put the multi-stream on, baby. Why are we listening to your life story? Because we don't have people coming to request to talk on the live. So obviously people ask questions about other topics. And also that happens because TikTok deliberately limits my content. I still haven't figured out why. I got banned a couple months ago and ever since then my live just been limited. So I suppose it just doesn't even matter what I talk about at this point. Thanks to everyone still joining the live. So we're streaming live on YouTube as well at State of Deception. And we're taking guest requesters. So if anyone wants to join up and request, feel free. If not, I may even change the live topic because again, it's hard to run lives when the live gets limited. Neon says work as a channel manager and commission based artist. Okay. Where's my proof? The proof is in the pudding. Metallica joined. Irish Dad, what's up? Biker Carl, so would you like to tell the parents of the children they're wrong as well? Yes, I would tell them they're wrong. In fact, I would love to meet those parents, considering I'm in the same situation as them. And I will tell them, yes, I think you're wrong. I think you need to look into it. And they probably have looked into it. But I'll tell them, yep, you're wrong. And I'll explain to them that the NHS frames people. It's not as you think. I'll break down how they framed me. Yeah, I'll definitely tell them that they're wrong. Why wouldn't I tell them that they're wrong? What would be the government's motive to framing her? The government frames people all the time. Like, I feel like probably 15 to 20% of people who are in prison nowadays got framed to some extent. I even feel like when somebody provokes you to sufficient rage or causes significant duress in your life and then you do something back to them and then you get convicted, I even think that's like a form of framing. MJ Blee says off topic again. How are we off topic? We're talking about people being framed by the government, which is what happened to Lucy Letby. What are you on about? Or are you saying something else was off topic? Rory says this about you or Lucy Letby. Well, you can clearly see it says Lucy Letby's not guilty. The NHS frames people. I've been framed by the NHS, so it's both of those things are relevant. Oh, Dylan, do you want to ask the question again if I didn't answer? Because I don't know what question you think I didn't answer. Jenny said, CCTV never in America. Has anything like this happened in America? Or is this like a uniquely Western European thing? Because I know it's happened in other countries in Western Europe. Oh, you said what is the government's motive for framing her? It's the NHS that framed her to cover up medical negligence. And because they're very ignorant, you know, the senior management, they're quite ignorant and arrogant people. They want to avoid accountability for wrongdoing. So that's the motive. I mean, the people framing her already had a dispute with her, an internal work dispute with her. Vanessa said, why would the NHS be responsible? She's just using an excuse. Why would the NHS be responsible for the death of a child or multiple children now on an NHS ward? You can't make the connection there. Rory says, when these crimes happen. I'm not sure what you mean about that. Biker Carl said it was her doing it, that's why she's guilty. No. There's no evidence that she did anything. Justine says I need to set my gift target higher. Gifts help the live out, set it to 50. I don't know. I don't even know how to do that. Patrick said internal work dispute. Yeah. Jenny said there are serial cases in America but have had forensic evidence. I know of 2 cases. No, not serial case. I'm talking about neonatal ward deaths. Roy said, are you 100% that she didn't commit any crime? You can never be 100% sure of anything. I'd say I'm like 95 to... I'd say I'm like 80... No, I'd say I'm like 95% sure, yeah. Vanessa said, I mean, she's a criminal, an individual, and ever since she came along, baby started dying. She's a criminal subsequent to being convicted. She wasn't previously a criminal. And being a criminal, just in case you think she was previously a criminal, being a criminal is just a word that is used to tarnish someone's reputation. So everybody is technically a criminal because everyone's committed a crime before. But I'm saying she didn't commit this crime. Neon, I don't use Discord. Exactly, Patrick. Babies were dying when she was nowhere near them. Else says, can I ask why you think this? Because the evidence that's been presented is ridiculous. The evidence that's been presented to suggest that she's guilty is absolutely ridiculous. And if you look into it, it will be obvious. Like, we can go into it. Justine said, you've got to set 7 rows as 2 rows. Click on it now and you can change it. Click on what? What do I click? Live gifts. Oh, is it this? Jenny said, no way in America would a neonatal ward be so filthy. Lawsuits would have prevented. Oh, yeah, they're way more scared of lawsuits in the United States as well. Vanessa says, so the entire NHS is responsible. Why would the NHS or hospital frame a random girl? It's. I think it may be far too complex to go into all the ins and outs if you don't know how the NHS works. So, because it seems like when you say the entire NHS, we're talking more about NHS trusts, consultants within NHS trusts. So the entire NHS is not responsible for the baby's deaths, but the NHS framework allows people to be framed and thrown under the bus to cover up medical negligence. So, and we kind of already explained why they would frame her. She's not a random girl. She worked on that ward. So it's called being scapegoated. And most people don't understand how much control they have over the narrative. Like, who tells the coroner what happened? The hospital. The coroner's on. Everybody thinks that coroners are like super smart and like medical examiners and people that do the post-mortem. I think something like 80% of cases are natural causes. Something like that. And natural causes actually includes when they don't know the cause of death as well, for to a large extent. Like, if they don't know what actually caused the child's death, they can make an assumption, a medical assumption, like, oh, it was sepsis. So a lot of people die, and then they just say, oh, they died of sepsis. Oh, they died of COVID. Oh, they died of pneumonia. And they actually don't know what caused the person's death. Because when a person passes away, the cascade of events that causes their death is very similar in a lot of cases. Like, they might have heart failure. They may have, like, a serious condition of their lungs. They may have some kind of infection, septicemia, or they may have some kind of brain injury, or they could have comorbidities. They could have multiple things wrong with them, and then you don't know which one caused the death. So I don't think people realize that they just choose the one that is most convenient to their narrative. So if someone's got like, oh, we can see there's like right ventricular overload, we can see there's evidence of septicemia, we can see there's evidence of pulmonary hemorrhage, and COVID's going about, they'll just be like, oh, okay, were they COVID positive? Yeah. Oh, okay, we're going to go with the pulmonary hemorrhage and say it was caused by COVID. That's what they do. It's not just COVID they do this with. They do it with everyone. Justina says, I think you should do USA vs UK because the US is wide awake and love that you say that. I much prefer doing the USA live. I do try and do other topics, but what I've noticed is that any topic, Justina, that I do that isn't that live, even that live also sometimes, it just gets limited. And like, I don't know how to get out of like, I don't know what to do to get myself like not limited. Jenny said, Amma, you're right on about cause of death. So many factors. Yes, they put the main cause on the death certificate, but there are many other factors. Yes, and they're not going to put the cause that makes them liable for the death, are they? A said, so this would be the worst framing in British history. Wow, yeah. Yeah, this is... I mean, I'm sure there's been more blatant frames before, but this is the most high-profile framing in UK history, of course. Catastrophic. Guys, the UK public sector has failed. I can tell you as a matter of fact that the UK public sector is not fit for purpose. Entire sector. The social services, if you ask a social worker, they will tell you they have a caseload of 20 to 30 cases. That means that they are basically just going around causing havoc, because you cannot know anything about a social work case if you've got 20, 30 cases. You cannot. You can't make any sound judgments. So the social work is done for. They're losing most of the cases as well. The children in care are experiencing the worst harm. Social work is completely done for. The NHS is failing. 80% of trusts failing. Longest waiting list ever. What is the other thing that came out recently? Oh yeah, the drug prices are about to go higher because of the recent news about Trump Starmer caving into Trump, so the drug prices are going to get higher. So medical care is going to become even more expensive in the UK. So there's that. They're going to raise taxes as well. And then you've got failures in government. You know, like, guys, I filed a claim recently in the King's Bench, and they rejected the claim. The clerk rejected the claim. When I filled out the claim, I did the N1 form. I don't know if you guys know what an N1 form is. So it's like a form, but you know, like when you have more to write than what the box provides. So I put a piece of paper in the middle being like, I'm carrying on from the box. This is additional information to the box above. I wrote this in a note. Then I continued the rest of the form and I put it at the end. The clerk rejects the claim. I contacted them. I said, why did you reject my claim? It was done properly. They said, you didn't fill out the form properly. Guys, they didn't even read it. They didn't even scroll down the document to get to where the rest of the form was. This is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with people in the public sector who are actually mentally not well regarded. You know the word that rhymes with that? They are literally mentally not well regarded. Like, they are actually slow. Public, social care, healthcare, government, shambles. The economic policy of the UK, shambles. Shambles. Even when you call up, like, guys, in the UK, if you just call up like a random company, like, let's just say you call up like your local court, I can tell you right now, you ain't getting through, bro. You might be 12th in the queue, 15th in the queue. When you get through, the person on the phone, they don't know what's going on, bro. And I can tell that this isn't normal, even though I used to think it was normal. It's only when I started spending time in America that I realized, oh my God, this doesn't happen in America. I literally thought, guys, you know, like when you call up and you're like, you are 12th in the queue. Like, that is actually not, that doesn't happen that much in America. Not where I was. Like, everything is so overwhelmed. All of the, like, public sector is so overwhelmed in the UK that we think it's normal. We literally think it's normal. And that's why stuff like this happens. And it's like, you can't even be surprised. Like, you can be surprised, but it's just part and parcel of living in a society where the public sector doesn't work. Miss Rip says, what's the facts you have that prove her innocence? Well, it's the fact that she was convicted of unaliving a child when she wasn't present there. It's the fact that she's accused of doing an air embolism and there's no evidence that she did one. It's the fact that she was accused of injecting insulin into a bag to unalive a child and she wasn't there when that happened. And that wouldn't have even been a sufficient way of administering that insulin that would have caused a spike in the child's insulin level because it was through a glucose bag transfusion. That's it. You know, there's nothing really else. That's their ways that they said that she did this to all the babies. It's just like, no, none of that happened. It's just made up. People only believe it because they're being told by the state that she's guilty. And I say the state as in the NHS and the court system. So if we've got any debaters, feel free to request to join up. Jenny says Dr. Yoxall was the head of neonatology at Liverpool Medical School. Coincidentally, the junior doctor's from there. He's the one that did the study that said Lucy pulled out a bunch of breathing tubes. Oh yeah, I think they said she dislodged a breathing tube as well. Yeah, and then they literally lied to the public and said, oh, it's unusual that a breathing tube doesn't dislodge on its own. Everybody who's ever worked on a neonatal ward knows that that was a lie. So, but I don't get why none of these red flags, like, get to people. Right, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna restart the stream for YouTube and I'm gonna restart the stream for TikTok and I'm gonna do the America Live. Jenny says any mum will tell you too much air or milk in tummy baby pukes. As a nurse 40 years, never knew anyone that saw an air embolism. Yeah. Okay, so we tried to do the Letby Live. It's a bit slow today, so let's do the America Live. I'm gonna jump off and jump back on. Thank you. Yeah, YouTube. Let me come back on.